What if the thing watching you never leaves, no matter where you go, no matter how far you run? It always finds you. Emma Carter thought she was safe inside her own home, but one night, everything changed. Emma had always loved her cozy apartment in the city. It was small, but it was hers after long hours at work. She enjoyed sitting by her bedroom window, sipping tea and watching the city lights. But lately, she had an uneasy feeling. It started a week ago. Every night, around midnight, she would glance out the window, and for a split second, she swore she saw something, a dark figure standing still, just beyond the streetlights. At first, she brushed it off, a trick of the light, a passing shadow, nothing more. But it kept happening. Tonight, as the clock struck 12 o'clock a.m., Emma yawned and stretched, about to close the blinds. That's when she saw it. A tall, shadowy figure standing across the street, watching her. Her stomach twisted into a knot. She squinted, trying to make out any details, but the figure was completely still, its features lost in the darkness. Probably just some guy heading home, she muttered, forcing a laugh, right? Still, unease prickled at her skin, trying to shake the feeling. She closed the blinds and climbed into bed. But as soon as she turned off the lights, tap, 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 Emma froze. The sound was faint, but clear, something tapping against her window. Her breath caught in her throat. Her apartment was on the 5th floor. She sat up, heart pounding. No, it's just my imagination. I'm tired. I need to sleep. She lay back down, pulling the blanket over her head. But then, tap, 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 this time louder. Emma's pulse pounded in her ears. Slowly, she turned her head toward the window. The blinds were still closed, but through the thin fabric, she saw a dark shape standing on the other side. It was at her window. Her blood ran cold. She squeezed her eyes shut. I'm dreaming. I have to be dreaming. Seconds passed, then minutes. Finally, after what felt like forever, she worked up the courage to peek. Nothing. The shadow was gone. Emma let out a shaky breath. Maybe it really had been her imagination. Or maybe it was just the beginning.
Emma barely slept that night. The moment she closed her eyes, she felt like someone was watching her. Every creak of the apartment, every gust of wind outside, sent shivers down her spine. But by morning, with the sunlight pouring in, the fear seemed silly. It was just a dream, she told herself, staring at her reflection in the bathroom mirror. Dark circles framed her tired eyes. She shook her head, splashed cold water on her face, and forced herself to get ready for work. The day passed in a blur. By the time she got home, exhaustion weighed heavy on her. She ate dinner, took a long shower, and climbed into bed, determined to sleep peacefully. Then, at 12:03 a.m., her eyes snapped open. A familiar, sickening feeling churned in her stomach. Something made her turn toward the window, and there it was. The shadow. But this time, it was closer, not across the street, not far away. It was standing directly under her window. Emma's breath caught in her throat. Her body went rigid, fear rooting her in place. How? Her apartment was on the 5th floor. There was no balcony, no ledge. This isn't possible. Hands trembling, she grabbed her phone from the nightstand and turned on the flashlight. She aimed it at the window, but the moment the light hit the glass, the shadow vanished. Her heart pounded against her ribs. Just a trick of the light. Or maybe I'm overtired, she whispered, forcing herself to breathe. She turned off the flashlight and placed the phone back down. Then it vibrated. A call. Emma frowned and picked it up. Unknown number. Her throat went dry. Who the hell would be calling her at this hour? She hesitated, then answered, "Hello." Silence. Then a whisper, "You saw me." Emma's blood ran ice. She jerked the phone away from her ear, staring at the screen. The call had already ended. Her hands shook as she set the phone down, her breath coming in short gasps. She turned on every light in her room, wrapped herself in the blanket, and sat in bed, wide awake, until the sun came up. Morning came, but the fear remained. By daylight, everything felt safer, logical. Maybe it was a prank. Maybe it was a dream. But deep down, Emma knew the truth. This wasn't over. And that night, when the clock struck midnight again, the shadow would return. Emma didn't go to work the next day. She couldn't. Her mind replayed the call from last night over and over again. The voice, that chilling whisper, "You saw me." Had someone been outside her window, on the 5th floor? No, that's impossible. Right. By noon, she had convinced herself it was just exhaustion messing with her head. Maybe she had been sleep-deprived for too long, and her brain was imagining things. Still, the fear clung to her. She spent the whole day researching online. She searched for stories about stalkers, hallucinations, anything that could explain what was happening. Nothing made sense. Then, just before sunset, she found something strange. A forum thread, people sharing experiences about seeing the same shadowy figure, always at night, always at their window. And the worst part, they all said the same thing. Once you see it, it never leaves you. Emma slammed her laptop shut. A chill ran through her body. This can't be real. She forced herself to breathe, trying to stay calm. Maybe it was just an online hoax, a creepy story people made up to scare themselves. But then, her phone rang. Unknown number. Emma's hands turned ice cold. Her thumb hovered over the decline button, but something made her pick up. She didn't say a word. For a long moment, there was only silence. Then, that whisper again. "Why did you move, Emma?" Her stomach twisted. It knows. Tears burned in her eyes. Her voice shook as she whispered, "Who are you? What do you want?" A long pause. Then, "I want in." The line went dead. Emma dropped the phone like it burned her. Her entire body was trembling. She jumped up, grabbed a suitcase, and started throwing clothes inside. She had to leave, now. She didn't care where she went. She just needed to get as far away as possible. But as she reached for her car keys, something made her stop. A feeling. A presence. Slowly, she turned her head toward the window. The blinds were still closed, but this time, something was pressing against them from the other side. A shape, a figure, a hand, and then tap, tap, tap. Emma's breath caught in her throat. It was inside.